Hi everyone. I was not going to record today, but then I decided since I'm making Massaman Curry and I do not make it often enough, I should go ahead and record. And I'd already started cooking. So we have 2 tablespoons of sesame oil in here. And then I have the Massaman Curry paste. And that's the curry paste that I'm using today. And then I also added a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of cumin, and 2 teaspoons of coriander, and a teaspoon of cardamom. And so I'm just letting this brown before I add my coconut milk. And I think we are there already. I'm going to turn this down a little so it doesn't burn. And actually, before I add my coconut milk, I'm going to add my onions because I like my onions to be a little bit cooked. If you like the crunch in your onions, then add them later when you're adding the rest of the vegetables. And also, I have my potatoes and carrots going there. And I'm not going to boil them until they are cooked. I just need them to soften a little bit so I don't have to overcook the meat. All right, let's get the onions. So we have the onions in there. And since this is looking so dry, I better get my coconut milk. That's the coconut milk that I'm using. We have the little bit of the coconut milk in there. I'm going to let those onions cook for about a minute before we add in the next item. So we have the onions cooking and we'll give them a few more minutes. And we have the pork, and you can see how thinly I sliced them. Then we have onions, bok choy, the stems of the bok choy, Thai peppers, and I've already chopped a few in there. And we also have some tamarind paste, and the tamarind paste is optional. So I can tell we are just about there, and I'll show you how you can tell that your paste is ready. We should know it's ready once the oil starts separating from the coconut milk. And as you can see, we are getting really close. I'll let this go for about a minute, and then we'll be ready for the next step. The potatoes and carrots are just about ready. Our paste is ready, and you can tell because the oil has separated from the paste. You can kind of see it, it's reddish. And if I do that, there you go. You can see right there. And the paste is also shiny. So you know you're ready for the next step. I'm going to go ahead and put in the Thai chili peppers and the paste. Make sure we get our paste melted in there. There we go, it's starting to melt. And I'm going to add a little bit of coconut milk. I like doing that so I don't end up with any chunks of tamarind in there. Have it all melt in. That looks good. And now we are ready for the pork. Make sure all your pieces of pork get some of that curry paste. So we're going to cover this for about 5 minutes. And let that meat release the juices. I'm going to add about 4 Kaffir lime leaves, and I don't have any fresh ones, so I'm using dried. And I'm going to use about 4 of them, and I'm going to crush them. and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So that's what the Kaffir lime leaves look like after I crushed them. And I took the little sticks out. So if you have fresh Kaffir lime leaves, what you want to do is slice them really, really thin. And just when you think you can't go any thinner, go a little thinner. Yeah, that smells really, really good. All right, so I'm going to get that in there. And as you can see, our pork has started releasing juices. And we are ready to add our potatoes. And I will add some of that bok choy because I want those to be tender. And that bok choy is fresh from the garden. Let's get our potatoes in there. Actually, I'll wait a little bit longer. Those potatoes are really tender. I'm going to give that meat another, say, about 5 minutes. And then we'll add in the potatoes and the veggies. And you can use any veggies that you have. I also went ahead and I made some jasmine rice. And it's ready. And I made 2 cups. And I used chicken broth. Alright, let's get the potatoes and carrots. Alright, I may have to put this camera down for a minute to get everything in there. We have the potatoes in there. Yes, some beautiful colors. And now I'm going to get the rest of the coconut milk in there. So let's go ahead and do that. We have the rest of the coconut milk in there. And now we'll just let it melt. And depending on what this looks like, I will add a little more liquid, probably that potato liquid. And if I need to, I'll open another can of coconut milk. But it looks like that is going to be good enough. It's all mixed in there. Add a little of that potato liquid. That's probably about 1/2 cup. And obviously if you want it really creamy, then just add in more coconut milk instead of the water. Alright, let's bring this to a boil, or a simmer, not a boil. Once it starts simmering, I'm going to give it a taste and see if we need to add either some more Thai chilies or salt. And I do not add salt until after I taste the food, because that curry paste has a lot of salt. So just keep that in mind. Alright. I think you can see what I'm doing. I keep forgetting I don't have to hold the camera. I can just place it on something. It's not quite at a simmer yet, so I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm just going to clean up. So we're finally at a low simmer. So I'm going to go ahead and taste this curry. That's good. It does not need any more salt. Now, the ingredient that is missing right now is some sugar. I don't know if you can see that. Coconut sugar. And this is just some coconut sugar that I got from Azure Standard. And we're going to put in about a tablespoon. Alright, that's good. And at this point, if you have some peanuts, you can add the peanuts in. I do not have peanuts, so I'm going to be using some peanut butter. And I'm going to wait until this is just about done cooking before I add the peanut butter. Let me get a clean spoon and let's taste again. That's perfect. That is really good. So we're going to let it simmer for another 5 minutes, and then we'll be back. We're going to add 1 more chili, and as I mentioned earlier, these are Thai chili peppers. It's probably been easier to use a knife, but I don't want to touch these peppers anymore than I have to. Alright, I'm going to add a little more liquid because I need that pork to to cook a little bit longer. And I am going to add my first tablespoon of butter. Peanut butter, not butter. And I'm just using the Costco peanut butter. And we'll be back. We'll let this simmer for about 10 minutes. This has been simmering for about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add my bok choy. This is looking good. Let me get my spoon and let us taste it. That's good. And if you have some Thai basil, now would be a good time to add it. I don't have any fresh Thai basil, but I do have the one that I grew from last year, and I dehydrated it. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a few leaves. That should do it. I'm going to turn down that heat. It's amazing how fast it rehydrates. And now we are ready for a final tablespoon or so of our peanut butter. That's one. I'm going to do two. I have spoons sitting all over the place. Need to start washing them. Keep getting a new one to taste the food. Well, I could just easily walk over to the sink and just wash it and use it again. Alright, that looks just about right. Oh, and right before we added the veggies, if you decided that you wanted to can some of it, that would have been the perfect time to get some of it and put it in jars. I obviously forgot to do that. Since there's so much here, what I'm going to do, I'll still put it in jars, whatever we don't eat, but then I'll put it in the freezer. Because if we can that basil, it may get bitter. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to get another spoon. Actually, what I'm going to do this time is I'll get myself a little bowl, put in some rice and some pork. It's my timer. I had set the timer for 15 minutes. Alright, let's get some rice. Just a little bit of rice. Don't know if you can see that. Let's taste it. Oh, that basil is good. Wow. I think all I got out of that bite was the basil was really overwhelming. Sorry about that. My camera died right in the middle of the tasting. So, I was saying that Thai basil is really intense and all the flavors are nicely melded in. It's really good. Could be a little more spicy if you like heat, but I'm going to leave it that way. The pork is tender and the potato is nice and soft. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've tasted any carrots, so let's do that. Yep, nice and tender. So I'm going to call that dish good. That's good. Might add a little more of that basil. And once we're ready to serve, I'm going to garnish with some of the green onions that we have from the garden. Actually, I'll go ahead and just put in like maybe 2 tablespoons. Then we'll use the rest of it to garnish. Alright, so we're going to call that good. And let me know if you enjoy it. And we will see you on the next one. Bye.